Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Ishita, the legal intern at Lexis & Company. Today I'm gonna tell you all about the right of reputation versus right of dignity. Recently in news, a Delhi High Court has rejected a criminal defamation case filed under by the former union minister against a journalist over her tweets accusing him of sexual harassment. Consideration by the court. The court took the consideration of the systematic abuse at the workplace due to the lack of mechanism to redress the grievance of sexual harassment in the time of incident of sexual harassment against the accused journalist took place. It was prior to the issuance of Vishaka guidelines by the Supreme Court and in the enactment of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Court's ruling says that the right of reputation cannot be protected at the cost of right to life and dignity of women. Right to reputation. As per the Supreme Court, the right of reputation is an integral part of the Article 21 of the Constitution. Further, the existence of Section 499, criminal defamation, of the Indian Penal Code 1860 is not a restriction on the freedom of speech and expression because it ensures that the social interest is served by holding a reputation as a shared value of the public at large. Right to life, which is Article 21, says that no person shall be deprived of his life or personal liberty except according to the procedure established by law. It confers on every person that fundamental rights to life and personal liberty. Right to live with dignity. In Maneka Gandhi versus Union of India 1978, the Supreme Court gave a new dimension to Article 21 and held that the right to live is not merely physical right but it includes within its ambit the right to live with the human dignity. Woman has a right to put her grievance at any platform of her choice and even after decades. Defamation. In India, defamation can be both a civil wrong and a criminal offense. The difference between the two lies in the objects they seek to achieve. A civil wrong tends to provide for a redress of wrongs by awarding compensation, and a criminal law seeks to punish a wrongdoer and send a message to others and not to commit such acts. Laws of defamation in India laws. Criminal defamation has been specifically defined as an offence under section 499 of the IPC, whereas civil defamation is based on tort law, an area of law which does not rely on status to women define wrong but takes from ever increasing body of case laws to define what would constitute a wrong. Section 499 states that defamation could be through words spoken or intended to be read, through signs and also through visible representations. These can be either be published or spoken about a person with the intention of damaging the reputation of that person or with the knowledge or reason to believe that imputation will harm his reputation. There are exceptions also. In section 499 also cites exceptions which includes imputation of truth which is required for the public good and therefore has to be published on the public conduct of the government's official. The conduct of any person touching any public question and permits of the public performance. There are punishments in which section 500 of IPC, which is on punishment for defamation, reads, whoever defames another shall be punished with a simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 2 years or with fine or with both. Moreover, in a criminal case, defamation has to be established beyond reasonable doubt, but in a civil defamation suit, damages can be awarded based on probabilities. Validity. The Supreme Court of India in the Subramaniam Swamy versus Union of India 2014 upheld the constitutional validity of criminal defamation law. So guys, that was all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe the channel. Thank you.